On a snowy mountain, there is a
I thought I put on. It's like glitching.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay,
Man.
there we go.
Jesus
Okay, here
Christ.
we go.
On a snowy mountain, there is a modestly sized house. And in that house, there are two
By the way, we
fucking
started the
idiots. They both form the Mr.E Crew. Welcome to the Mr.Eous Podcast featuring Mr. Platts and Mr. What's It to Ya. My name is Mr. Stitz. I fucked the Liberty Bell. It had a crack. I couldn't help it.
Okay.
What? What? What was that?
It was him it was Mr. Stitz fucking the Liberty Bell.
Jesus Christ.
Because it has a crack.
Oh,
So, welcome to the Mr.Eous Podcast.
oh boy. This is our new tradition we're introducing.
Yeah,
This season.
every five episodes we're doing something different.
You know, really? I thought it was gonna be fan fiction.
No, we're mixing it up.
No, you know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should do fan fiction this season, then and come up for more ideas over the next few seasons, and do each of them in like a 5-episode succession per season.
Yeah.
That would be
So yeah, we're doing fan fictions and probably making our own as the last one.
Yeah, the final episode we are making our own.
And we're also gonna do other conversations in this
Yeah,
episode.
which is well, who knows, because reading the fan fiction that we picked for this episode specifically.
Yeah.
So you found one, I found one, both of us found one.
Yeah. Mine's a Portal one,
Yes.
and yours is a
And
Star
mine
Wars
is
one.
a Star Wars one. Because why not?
Okay. So who's gonna go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Ray moved groggily in confusion. Her head was hazy. Her mouth was dry, and the more she tried to open her eyes, the more she realized. Okay, that realized is spelled without a Z. Heresy.
Uh,
It's
right.
realized, because it's a S. Realized something wasn't right. Darkness. Everything was in darkness.
Luigi.
When did everything become so dark? What had happened? Had the planet broken up yet? What became of the rebellion? Ray had very quickly regained her thoughts, but her body was having no part of her recovery as nearly as swiftly. The last thing
Swifty?
she could, yes, remember, was being in the snow, in the forest, with the world crumbling around her. She could remember the exhaustion she felt as she collapsed to the ground. Everything after that was a blur, a dark and cold blur. Had she been saved? What about Finn? Ray felt her stomach drop. Finn. The last she saw of him,
Let's start the
he was
music.
laying on the forest, badly harmed. She wasn't sure if he was dead or not, but he had been left out there without help. Ray felt a warm tingling form throughout her body when she tried to move. She was numb all over, and could only imagine the tingling sensation was her nerves slowly returning to her. Her body felt heavy. There was no way she could move any of her limbs. Was this because of the lack of feeling, or pinned down by something? Panic rose when Ray's chest as she began to more furiously try to move her body, knocking her legs about, was doing no good. The only thing she was able to achieve was a slight twitch of the fingers. No matter how hard she tried, her body would not cooperate with her. What was happening? What was happening right now? Where in the galaxy was she? Feeling like this was not normal. Had she been injured somewhere? Hold on. Ray decided to... What?
Oh, nothing. Just continue.
Ray decided to calm herself. Getting worked up wasn't going to solve anything. She had to clear her mind completely and focus on her senses. She focused on her sight to begin with and tried consistently to open her eyes. It was tough for the moment, but eventually she was able to lift her eyelids ever so slowly. Vision was foggy, but she realized that her surroundings weren't as dark as she thought they were. In fact, there was lights she could see, not bright, but very dim lights. After a few moments more, she swirled her tongue inside her mouth and took a gulp, feeling how scratchy and parched her throat was. She took a deep breath in through her nose, but she could not smell any particular sense. She attempted to move her fingers again, and that was where she heard something, a noise, a voice perhaps. It sounded fuzzy and echoing to her. She couldn't quite make out what it was. Ray tried to regain her blurred vision, and slowly was beginning to work. A few moments later, she heard the same noise again. This time, her hearing started to zone in and piece it together. Awaken, a deep muffled voice repeated to her. Was this voice commanding her to wake up? Ray, for the minute, had no idea who it belonged to. She could only hope it belonged to someone familiar, someone familiar. Was it Finn? Ray somehow doubted it. Whoever it was, they weren't greeting her with a friendly aura. Awaken, Ray.
Dixie.
The voice was becoming more centered now, just as her vision was starting to pick up a dark figure standing above her. Whoever this person was, they knew her name. That could only be a good thing, or a very bad thing. Wincing, Ray tried her best to make clear of the figure before her. As the figure moved closer to her, a sudden jolt of realization shot through her body. Kylo Ren, Ray tried to say, but it came out in a jumble of incoherent groans. Ray's eyesight soon returned to her completely after she forced her eyelids open further. She blinked a few times in slight hope that the person standing in front of her wasn't actually who she thought it was. There was no mistake. The man in front of her was none other than Kylo Ren. A mixture of fear, anger, and confusion pulsed through Ray's entire body. Her stomach churned at the sight of him as she remembered their fight in the forest. So apparently this is after Force Awakens.
Yeah.
She was so sure she had beaten him down to the ground and gotten away. So how did she end up here in his presence once again? That was the blackened out part of her memory. Everything after that point didn't exist in her mind. It was completely blank. Something must have happened. Did he somehow manage to knock her out? Or erase her memory? It was too hard to predict. Anything could have happened, and who knows how much time had passed since then, or where the heck they were. Ray was determined to find out and demand answers from the Sith in front of her. You have regained consciousness, Kylo Ren said through his mask. Finally. Ray wanted to curse at him. So many verbal profanities. Throw a few decently powered kicks at him, but it was at the moment Ray felt there was restrictions she had around both her ankles and wrist. Shifting her gaze from the man before her, she eyed her wrists and saw that she had been shackled much like her first capture by Kylo Ren. Except this time, she had been cuffed to the wall of the room, and Ray didn't need to look down to her ankles to know they would be exactly the same. Her wrists were not bound by her sides this time. However, they were pinned up next to each other, next to either side of her head. In this position, Ray felt particularly helpless and vulnerable. She pulled on the shackles and hard as she could to free herself, but no prevail. Do not waste your energy. You will not break them. Ray heard Kylo Ren's deep voice again. Ray hissed in frustration, "What have you done?" The words are much more huddle-like, more
what
audible
have you done?
now. What? Where am I? You have been captured, Pacific spoke in a calm tone. Oh, it's Planet Wisp.
Yeah.
I knew it.
The other one was number 3 by Aphex Twin.
The location of your whereabouts is not of importance right now. Ray groaned as though her body's nerves returning to her. Kylo Ren watched the girl carefully through his mask and continued to speak. The pathetic rebellion that we hold so much faith in succeeded in blowing up our base. I hope you're proud of yourself. That, at the very least, was good news. Ray thought, but what of everyone else? Was Finn okay? Chewie? Then all of a sudden something hit her. You. How could you? The Dark Jedi was a little taken back by the sudden switch in tone and vibe from the bound girl. How could you kill him? Ray spat accusingly. How could you kill Han Solo, your own father? This wasn't exactly how Kylo Ren planned their conversation to proceed. The last thing he wanted to discuss was his late father and the circumstances surrounding his death. That is not of importance either. Are you kidding? He was your father. He was nothing to me. Kylo argued back. Argued back at the girl. Ray choked back tears at hearing such insensitive words. Let me just skip to the good part. This is really boring.
Ooh, how long is the good part? How far from the good part is it?
I don't even know.
Did you look up fanfiction? I mean, did you look up
Yes.
lemon? Did you look up lemon? Because lemon fanfictions are sex fanfictions.
Hold on.
Okay. Enjoy this music.
Is it still Planet Wisp?
Yeah, it's still Plant Wisp.
Yeah, I didn't know this went on that long.
It's 4 minutes.
I didn't even realize this actually went into like a...
Yeah. You just find the good part, the steamy part. How are you doing in finding that?
It's kind of getting there.
Are you sure you looked up like lemon or sex fanfiction?
I'm fine. Okay, here we go. Why are you scared? Hold on a minute. I had to scratch my ear.
Cool.
Why are you scared? Kylo asks. Have you not had this happen to you before? Ray tried her best to keep your thoughts clear, but it was impossible. She was...
On a snowy mountain, there is a
I thought I put on. It's like glitching.
Ha 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 ha.
Okay, there we go.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, here we go.
On a snowy mountain, there is a modestly sized house. And in that house, there are two
By the way, we
fucking
started the
idiots. They both form the Mr.E Crew. Welcome to the Mr.Eous Podcast featuring Mr. Platts and Mr. What's It to Ya. My name is Mr. Stitz. I fucked the Liberty Bell. It had a crack. I couldn't help it.
Okay.
What? What? What was that?
It was him It was Mr. Stitz fucking the Liberty Bell
Jesus Christ.
because it has a crack.
Oh,
So, welcome to the Mr.Eous Podcast.
oh boy. This is our new tradition we're introducing.
Yeah,
this
every
season.
every 5 episodes we're doing something different.
You know, really? I thought it was gonna be fan fiction.
No, we're mixing it up.
No, you know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should do fan fiction this season, then come up for more ideas over the next few seasons, and do each of them in like a 5-episode succession per season.
Yeah.
That would be
So yeah, we're doing fan fictions and probably making our own as the last one.
Yeah, the final episode we are making our own.
And we're also gonna do other conversations in this episode.
Yeah, which is well, who knows, because reading the fan fiction that we picked for this episode specifically.
Yeah.
So you found one, I found one, both of us found one.
Yeah. Mine's a Portal one,
Yes.
and yours is a
And
Star
mine
Wars
is
one.
a Star Wars one. Because why not?
Okay. So who's gonna go first?
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Ray moved groggily in confusion. Her head was hazy, her mouth was dry, and the more she tried to open her eyes, the more she realized. Okay, that realized is spelled without a Z. Heresy.
Uh,
It's
right.
realized because it's a S. Realized something wasn't right. Darkness. Everything was in darkness.
Luigi.
When did everything become so dark? What had happened? Had the planet broken up yet? What became of the rebellion? Ray had very quickly regained her thoughts, but her body was having no part of a recovery as nearly as swiftly. The last thing
Swifty?
she could, yes, remember, was being in the snow, in the forest, with the world crumbling around her. She could remember the exhaustion she felt as she collapsed to the ground. Everything after that was a blur, a dark and cold blur. Had she been saved? What about Finn? Ray felt her stomach drop. Finn. The last she saw of him,
Gonna start the
he was
music.
laying on the forest, badly harmed. She wasn't sure if he was dead or not, but he had been left out there without help. Ray felt a warm tingling form throughout her body when she tried to move. She was numb all over, and could only imagine the tingling sensation was her nerves slowly returning to her. Her body felt heavy. There was no way she could move any of her limbs.
Of Kylo Ren and Rey fucking putting his lightsaber into her Death Star. I don't know. What would be the proper way to describe the vagina in a Star Wars fashion?
your Sarlacc pit.
Yes, Star like that. How could I forget that?
Except without the monster in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Windmill Isle.
Go ahead.
Kind of fits. I like it. You know what? How about you do yours? I think I've read enough.
Okay.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. I hate when fanfictions like that do this.
Okay. Artificial Bliss by Polyphilakas.
Oh boy.
A short lemon with Chill and GLaDOS after the events in Portal. Yeah, this is
this
before
after
Portal 2.
1 or 2?
1, because this was published in 2008. And the second one came out in 2011, so. Short lemon, yeah. Revised, woohoo! A short lemon with Chill and GLaDOS after the events in Portal. For those under 18, I hope you enjoy the story also. Hell, having access to the vast internet, I feel flattered by any who read this. Enjoy and revel in the fact that I too am a pervert and also a hedonist. And boy,
What is that?
does it make life fun. I mean,
Oh.
a person who believes that the pursuit of pleasure is the most important thing in life.
Oh.
Disclaimer, I do not have the rights to Portal or any other Valve game. Damn. Artificial bliss. 0. Shell's eyes quickly darted left and right precariously, her body poised for action. Seeing no movement, she quickly dashed across the street. Once on the sidewalk again, her walking became leisurely. She made her way toward the large, looming red brick building. Each step was taking its toll, as Shell's arms began to quiver under the heavy strain of her hunt. Luckily for Shell, her apartment, number 342, was on the 3rd floor. She quickly jogged up the steps carrying her hard-sought purchases from the mall. Placing the bag on the floor, for the brunette woman retrieved her key from her pocket and opened the door. Exhaling a sigh, she deposited the packages on the counter before retiring to the couch. Notice what this one is. It's number 1 by Apex. Why are those malls always so busy? She asked herself when she adjusted her shapely figure to the soft, magnetic pull of the couch. After the whole incident at Aperture Labs, Shell was taken in by the authorities for questioning. 2 weeks of questioning and confinement now seemed like a blur, days of repetition combining into an uncomfortable experience. As soon as the government felt they had gleaned her clean, she was released, just in time. With no living relatives or connections to support her, she was set up with a career at the local bookstore in the nearest town. She was a loner anyways. The job was easy considering the generous pay she was receiving, not to mention the odd old couple she worked for had a great sense of humor. It seemed life was finally getting back on track. This is certainly an improvement, she thought as she stretched her white blouse and blue skirt, following the motion. Shell mentally checked her stored list: groceries, laptop, and lingerie. After going through hell, she might as well treat herself. The sun slowly began to retreat, signaling to Shell the need for her routine shower. She rose off the couch and headed towards the bedroom. Clothes strewn on the bed, a piece of half-eaten casserole on the desk, clearly the room had suffered neglect. Shell bypassed the wreckage of laundry and edibles and pulled out of her dresser a pair of pink pajamas. Without breaking stride, she turned around, grabbed the towel and washcloth on her desk chair, and proceeded to the bathroom. She looked at her reflection in the mirror, analyzing every feature and flaw. Slowly, Shell undid her ponytail, letting her long brown hair fall to her shoulders. Part of it covered her almond-shaped and colored eyes, until she brushed the renegade strands behind her hair. Her ear. Next, her shirt she pulled up in a quick fashion and tossed it aside in the same manner. Her bra, white as the clouds in the sky. Fell carelessly at her feet. Her C-cup breasts hung freely, releasing a weight of the day's work for Shell.
Hung? Jesus.
She never liked to wear bras too long. They always felt incredibly uncomfortable. Finally, her skirt and panties went, leaving the pear-shaped beauty naked under the glaring lights of the bathroom. The water pounding on her body made it seem as if all the stress of the day was melting away. No, not melting. It was running away. It was running away. She lifted her arms and stretched her body, relieving the soreness from a day of book moving. Slowly,
I thought you said fuck moving.
fuck moving. Book,
Yes.
book moving.
Don't move those fucks.
Slowly, she took a soapy washcloth and began to scrub her tan body. Wash, rinse, repeat. 30 minutes later, Chell lied in bed, quickly succumbing to the beautiful requiem of rest. 00000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000
So stop reading them.
Right. She awoke with a start, sitting straight up with wide open eyes. Her blurry eyes quickly adjusted to her new odd surroundings. White towel, black line, white towel, black line. Security camera? A clear paneled door stared her down from across the room, obviously locked by the red light shown. Directing her attention to the left, she noticed a small white table. She noticed a small white table. I mean, with a simple-looking chocolate cake placed on it. Of course, so it isn't a lie. The cake isn't a lie. That isn't the book. That's a comment.
Oh boy.
I said the book. Fanfiction, I mean. Warning sirens blared in Shell's head. The realization of her location becoming clear. Fuck.
Her location.
Her location. I mean, Shell is Asian, so I don't know.
Wait, but she is?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The door in front of Shell opened as a petite woman with shoulder-length blonde hair marched in. The figure had the body of an hourglass. Large circular ears were present on each side of the head. In addition, with the compact features on her heart-shaped face, she had the cute resemblance of a mouse. Her bangs on the right side of her face covered one of her bright blue eyes. Surely a beauty by any measure. Jill felt herself inadequate at the very moment. Looking down, she noticed instead of her pajamas, she had on a familiar orange jumpsuit. And so did the other female. Knowing the impossibility of the situation, she consigned herself to the ideal of the situation as a dream, or better put, a nightmare. Something Salvador...
Who's GLaDOS?
The AI robot, the villain.
Whoa. Whoa. I just realized. Ew.
Robot sex.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Is Shell a robot too?
No, Shell isn't a robot. She's a human.
Oh boy. It's Chinese music. How fitting.
Yeah, something Salvador Dali would find cozy. Where am I? Who are you? Wait, Shell can talk? Holy crap. We are in the amateur science lab. You don't remember your dear friend GLaDOS? Her tone was one of mockery, taking advantage of Shell's obvious surprise. She was quick to retort again. You thought you could destroy me? You thought you could destroy me? How laughable. Ha 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 ha. I'm trying to, like, kind of do GLaDOS's, robot, auto-tune, like, voice.
Oh boy.
At this, Shell stood straight up and began back away fearfully towards the wall. Not began to back away.
Should stand up and begin back away.
This is insane. You aren't even a robot. In order to retrieve research subjects covertly, I created this android body, she added, complete with heat generators, lifelike skin, and kung fu grip. Batteries are
Oh,
not
okay.
included and are
Gonna go down to E.
necessary. Okay. I'll just read this to everyone. Why me? An AI can get lonely, you know. And unlikable loner like yourself would understand that human emotion. I figured you would be happy to see me is all. Gladys walked across the room towards Chell until she was face to face with a bewildered and terrified woman. Don't you want to reminisce about all our great times? Like that time when I tried to kill you with the nerve gas? Haha. You should have seen your face. It was all like, no way. And I was like, yes way. Haha, good times. Gladys leaned in till she was nose to nose with Shell. Her robotic eyes were moving back and forth, scanning the creature she had pinned against the wall. It is impossible for an AI to care. Is that what you think? Gladys leaned forward and locked lips with Shell. Shell. Caught off guard by the android's kiss, she tried to pull away to no avail. Then she began to feel something unexpected, arousal. The lips of the robot were not cold as she expected, but warm and soft and lifelike. God damn it. I need to wait for this ad. Playing this off of Spotify. I need to wait. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Her mind exploded, her first kiss taken by a piece of hardware. All thought escaped her mind like a broken dam. Shell in her drugged-like state unconsciously wrapped her arms around the android and returned the kiss. She opened her mouth as Glass's synthetic tongue invaded, rustling and tickling the dark brunette's tongue, causing her to moan. The robot broke away from the kiss to lead Shell to the floor. So lightly stroked the brunette's, or isn't that supposed to be she? Whatever. brunette's beautiful soft hair. Staring into her deep brown eyes, she commended herself on engineering such a brilliant aphrodisiac. By isolated the sexually stimulating compound found in chocolate and enhancing it. Her lips were a powerful bioweapon. Of course, the other person did have a choice, and Shell seems to have already made hers, giving the half-naked woman a quick kiss. Glass stood up and brought the cake next to Shell's head. Deft hands seized the hypnotized woman's zipper and pulled the device all the way to her navel. Glass leaned her head down and began kissing her neck, moving the weight down to Shell's generous proportions. Breasts. Much tension in the form of sucking, licking, and groping was giving much to the subject's euphoria. Then the android scooped a handful of the cake and placed it in between Shell's generously sized breasts. The feelings affecting Shell made her entire body shiver from the top of the head to the tips of her toes. Definitely felt greater than doing it alone. The feel of the moist cake on her naked body was immaculate in its feeling. Her breasts and stomach massaged and licked delicately and stroked so softly. Moaning was all Shell could do, beyond whispering encouragement to the working angel. Pure bliss. Glass's cute mouse-like face disappeared as she faced Shell's magic box. Placing her face on it, she began to probe her tongue into the slick and dark caverns. The brunette sighed loudly and moaned more encouragement. Yes, please don't stop. There. Then her hands moved down to Shell's waist to hold it while she started to play with her clitoris. It was a good thing her hands were on her waist to keep the pleasure mounting, lest the buckling accidentally loose her from the magnificent treatment. Shell began to buck after immense waves of pressure hit her over and over until she finally came, dripping all over the blonde's face. Okay. Gladys raised herself and unzipped her jumpsuit before lying on her back. To Shell, the impaled skinned beauty was an angel, an enlightener of new pleasure. Shell crawled seductively over and passionately kissed Gladys, while her hands played with the blonde's light bulb-sized breasts. The right hand traveled down towards the robot's bare love box. Why am I reading this? Gently rubbing the outside, causing moans from GLaDOS. Following her example from earlier, Shell began to smear the cake on Glass's perky B-cup breasts. Licking and sucking. From giving pleasure, she was retrieving a kind of pleasure in return. It was a wonderful feeling, the taste of the chocolate cake as she roamed her tongue of the skin on her once nemesis. The feel of the skin slightly bumpy from the cold temperature in the room. The warm fleshy body, all of the quirks and shakes emitted after every pleasurable stroke was fascinating. This prompted Shell to move her head towards the blonde's vagina, reciprocating the prior treatment More, faster. Gladys was quick to demand in her sing-song voice. More, faster. Continually moaning after. Okay. Now her face was pressed hard against Gladys's love box, her tongue scraping the inner walls as deep as it would go. What a funny taste and texture it was. Soft and slick, almost like the inside of a cheek, except much better. Suddenly the android's body quivered, expelling a series of cum onto Chell's face. And fully surprised, she drew back, letting the juice spill onto the floor. Curious, she brought her hand to her face and wiped off the foreign liquid, placing the semi-clear solution upon her tongue. She found it somewhat gelatinous and salty. Eagerly, she finished her remains on her face, smiling at Gladys with a goofy look on her face. When exhaustion hit, she fell unconscious into a relaxed slumber. 0. The alarm clock buzzed loudly on until it... Wait, I thought it was gonna come. That was gonna be a sneeze. The alarm clock buzzed loudly until a disgruntled Chell reached over and shut it off. From her bed, she stared up at the ceiling with an important revelation in her head. So it was only a dream, she thought. A quick look to the left revealed a petite blonde woman with sparkling blue eyes. Holy crap! 0. Hope you guys enjoyed this fanfiction. This is more of a fan service than anything. I want to try my hand at lemons. Not sure if I am any good enough. Probably not. Reviews are welcome. You misplaced the smiley face. You spaced the dots. You misplaced the colon before the D. God damn you. Okay. That's gonna be... Since Josh isn't here, I guess it's gonna be all... So, hope you enjoyed. This is Mr. Crew signing off. This is Mr. Platt signing off, and Mr. What's 2 is down eating, and I'm gonna eat right now. So hopefully you enjoyed this fan fiction shit. Bye. Yay.